What does vulnerability have to do with discovering your purpose? Well, we're going to talk about that today. Hi, I'm Brad, and this is the Daily Bread. I want to read to you a portion of a speech that Theodore Roosevelt gave in 1910. Listen to this, and I'm going to change some of the language because he uses a lot of masculine language. He only talks about man. I'm going to try to rephrase it so that it is inclusive. All right. It says, "It is not the critic who counts, not the person who points out how the strong person stumbles." All right, let's try that again. Let me start over from the beginning. Okay. It is not the critic who counts, not the person who points out how the strong person stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the person who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again. Because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends themselves in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if they fail, at least fails while daring greatly. I was always taught that you cannot get anywhere or do anything without failing, right? And the important part is that you just at least try, okay? It's kind of like riding a bike, right? You try, you fail, you learn, you adjust. And in our failures, that's where we learn, okay? But it is also in our failures where we can be the most vulnerable, all right? And Dr. Brene Brown talks about vulnerability a lot. And I want to read you this. It says, she says, vulnerability is not weakness, and uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure we face every day are not optional. Our only choice is a question of engagement. Our willingness to own and engage with vulnerability determines the depth of our courage and the clarity of our purpose. Right? Listen to her again. Vulnerability is not weakness. And the uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure we face every day are not optional. In other words, we don't get the option of facing uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure. That just comes to us every day. So if it comes to us every day and we are in this vulnerable position, we have to own it. We have to engage in that vulnerability, she says. And in doing so, we find courage, we find clarity, and we find purpose. All right? And then finally, she says the level to which we protect ourselves from being vulnerable is a measure of our fear and disconnection. So vulnerability, while it may sound scary, actually serves a purpose. And it can, if we can just own that part, okay, and face it, again, being aware of our vulnerability and not be scared and disconnect from it, we can actually figure out our purpose, which is always a step in the right direction. All right? And when we do that, it is also not good for us in finding our purpose, but it is also good for us in our mental health as well. All right? Well, that's all for today. Take care, everyone. I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.